Love you guys. I'm JK, your brother in the struggle.
Asked, "Hey JK, I wanted to ask you about the attitudes or opinions you have around porn. The reason I asked is because porn literally caused so much damage in my life, and I would never go back. But I don't actually feel any hate/anger towards it sometime anymore, and sometimes I feel guilty and like I should hate it because of the pain it brought me." This is a good question. Reboot Hero says, "I can admit I was hiring coaches to avoid responsibility, but it felt good knowing that, hey, at least I spent the money." Just says, "Capital is revenue. I have trouble though spending too much capital/energy different areas that I feel like I don't have enough to dedicate towards my physical reboot." This is all about seasons. Like it's all about really picking the seasons and being disciplined within those seasons. Trust me, when you first start out, it's very difficult to stick to a season and say, I'm going to work on only these two areas of my reboot capital, right? It's so easy to get distracted. But when you do it and you also have strong boundaries with shit like social media, because if you don't have strong boundaries with social media, you know what happens? You tell yourself, I'm just going to work on controlling my sexual behavior, my physical reboot capital, and my financial reboot capital, right? That's all you're focusing on. But because you're on YouTube, because you're spending time on Instagram, Twitter, all these places, suddenly some ad comes up or some dude shows up and he's like, let me show you how to be talk to women in a blah 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 way. Then you go down that rabbit hole watching this dude's videos. Next thing you know, you want to focus on your dating reboot capital. Then you play those games through your time in the program. 1 year comes up and you're just like, oh shit, I haven't accomplished anything. Right? This is why boundaries are so important. This is why every morning in your morning routine, you have to remind yourself of what you are working on for this period of time, right? So Saturday or whenever we decide this week to do by the way, if you're just joining, we're doing, everyone voted, we're going to do a live Zoom call where we plan your next year together. Okay, this isn't a webinar or anything. Everybody turns on their camera. We'll do it for like 45 minutes and we'll plan out our year together. All right, next question is from, yeah, let me answer the question about he feels like he should hate pornography and he wants to know because of the pain it brought him, and he wants to know about my attitudes, opinions towards pornography. I don't hate pornography, right? Because I understand that it isn't pornography that harmed me. Let me explain something to you guys. I did a recent set of podcasts. You guys should listen to them on how you got addicted to pornography. It's not pornography you should be angry at or anything. It's either opportunity induced porn addiction, or it is attachment induced, or it is trauma induced. It is one of those three things, right? So trauma it could be anything. It could be something violent or something that you couldn't handle emotionally, which you saw, right? It happened to somebody else or it happened to you. Not your fault. It's not porn's fault either, right? Opportunity based could be the way you were raised in your family. It could be that your family had a lot of secrets, right? And because they had a lot of secrets, and they presented the outward facade of like we are a well put together family, we are Christian, we're good, we're whatever. But inside you knew there were all these secrets. You learned that attitude of hiding things. When pornography came along, it was very natural for you to become addicted to it. Remember, gentlemen, there are lots of men in the world and women who view pornography with no detriment to their life. There are also plenty of men and women who view pornography and they use it to enhance their sex life. We are not on the extreme like, I'm not moralizing for anybody. I fully recognize this. But here's the thing you must also fully recognize: you are not one of those people. It's very easy to live in this bubble of rebooting and quitting porn and then feel like, oh, porn is bad, right? And be very attracted to that. But I think it's very important, not attracted, but like take on a new identity of a person who hates pornography. I feel it's very important to be a well rounded person and to be very open minded and understand that there are people who watch pornography. Do I have friends who watch pornography? Yes, I do. And I know they do, right? But they don't have issues with it. They often will ask, hey man, so what's a porn addict? How much porn? I'm like, bro, I'm not here to preach to you, right? If it's not interrupting with any area of your life, if you're not doing it multiple times a day, I don't care. And I also don't want to hear about it. Just don't bring any of that nonsense in my life. You do you, right? This is not why I'm friends with you. So I don't pick my friends based on whether they watch pornography or not. But if they have the values of somebody who is addicted, or if they have the values of someone who has a compulsive behavior, they would not be my friends, right? So understand it's not porn. It could have also been something in your family, like your family being very strict when it comes to self control. If your family was a very disciplinarian, authoritarian family, when you were a child, you could not impose, they imposed their will on you. You could not make your own decisions. Mom and dad made every decision for you till you got to your teenage years. You start trying to make decisions on your own, and they're still imposing their will on you. What happens when you have testosterone, right? You rebel. Some guys rebel openly and they just completely act out, go to see prostitutes, drink, get drunk, run away from home, sneak out, all those things. Others, it's a more quiet rebellion. For others, it's just like, you know what, I'm going to hide and watch porn, and I know this is bad. I know you wouldn't like me doing it, but you can't find me doing it, right? Opportunity based, right? It was there, it's available. So this is my way of getting back to you. I'm going to enjoy my orgasms. Does that make sense, guys? Are you with me on where it came from and that it's not porn, right? Attachment could be like a parent was very close to you, right? Parent was very, very close to you. And they wouldn't give you any sort of space in some cases. And there are different types of attachment. It's a whole study on its own, right? But you push away from that, or you miss that sort of attachment, and you're trying to find it via pornography. Pornography, the only main problem with pornography is not that it exists. Understand, pornography has been found on freaking cave paintings, right? People were drawing stuff and jerking off to it. uh, like your ancestors, my ancestors, they were all doing that, right? So with pornography has been here and it will be here as long as we are in these biological bodies. The problem is that it became easily accessible because of high-speed internet pornography. It became free. So instead of you having to, like back in the day, people would have to get on the bus, drive across the tracks, go into the video store or the store where that has the magazines, and you would have to buy it, making sure nobody that you knew found you. Or you'd have to go rent the VHS back in the day. Now you don't need to do that, right? Now in the privacy of your home, even if your home is a full home, you can just go into the bathroom and you can do whatever you want to do. Private, and anonymous, easily accessible, and very fast. That's the issue, and it's free, of course, so you don't need to pay for it. That's why. So I wouldn't say you should hate pornography. I'll say this much: I wouldn't. Some guys have done it. I know there are guys who they hate pornography, and that works for them, right? It doesn't mean they don't reboot. If you want to hate it, that's really your choice. I choose not to, because like, who was the guy who just said it? Andrew Joshua said, the thank you and goodbye letter was very, very helpful. And it helped me realize that, hey, I would not know where a vagina was if I did not watch pornography. I really wouldn't. And you guys all know that you had some good times with porn. You know that. Why would you deny that? Like, if it was a sucky time, you wouldn't do it. You had some great times. We all were just unfortunate that we happened to be those who crossed the line with it. It became compulsive, right? And what I teach here is not moderation. It is for you to define your own reboot and find out for yourself what the damage that this has done to you is. And some of you will realize that, oh, I keep thinking I'm a trial rebooter, right? I keep thinking I can go back to it and use it in moderation. I don't know if anybody has been able to use it in moderation, to be very honest with you. The guys who go through this program, when they've changed every aspect of their life, they come to realize that, okay, there are things in my life that are infinitely better than this. And even if they try to go back to pornography, it just doesn't make sense, because why would you? When you have access to attractive women, when you have dealt with all the trauma, the attachment issues, when you have created great boundaries, and when you have changed your self-image, why would you knowingly do something that is going to damage that? And if you're still doing that now, you know what it means? It simply means that you are not there yet. You are not at a point where the things you've built are so important that you're just like, there's no way I would sabotage them, right?
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency. Your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally. You're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.